looking. I always use this like a like a mirror. I should actually use a mirror before I get on. But for those of you who don't know, I can't put makeup on. I'll be trying, but that's not one of my skills. Um, Frederica, and I just had a conversation with someone, and they said, "Have you ever felt like you're the only adult in the room?" And that lined up so perfectly with what we do here on the Life Reimagined Show, where we talk about being a strong one. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am exhausted. I mean, not tired. That's a whole different level. I'm exhausted. I've rested, but my mind's not slowing down. I have a lot of things going on. And to be honest, I told myself this morning, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to pause, and to rest, and to give yourself a little leeway, because I feel like I have been running for a year, because I have, with very little rest. And sometimes you can have sleep, and that's not the same as rest. And if you've ever been in one of those seasons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am just emotionally drained. I'm tired. I've tried to be the solution in so many situations, and it's like it's not enough. And I think that's where I am right now. It's not that I'm not enough. It's that we can only do what we can do. We only have so many hours in a day, and we cannot overextend ourselves. And so that's where I am right now. So I just took me a little break. If you've ever heard me before say I had to take a smoke break, this is my smoke break. I had to go shopping, and so I'm sitting waiting on my husband. He's at the barbershop. But yes, I am just trying to decompress, let my hair down, relax a little bit, and figure out the rest of it later. How about that? Figure out the rest of it later. But I just wanted to talk about what she said, because that was so strong. She was just like, have you ever felt like you were the only adult in the room? I cannot see comments, so if you're commenting, forgive me. I can't see them. They have them turned off. But what I will say is I have, and a lot of it, when I start to look back, because that's what I've been doing a lot lately, is just reflecting, trying to figure out, how did I get here? And a lot of times it's so easy to blame those around us, to try to find an external reason why we're in a predicament and where we're at. Lately, I've been doing the opposite. I've really been trying to figure out, who am I? Why do I keep repeating the same cycles and patterns? And what can I do differently? So one thing about me is I'm just a doer. And I'm a fixer, and I'm a stabilizer, and all those things. I'm a load bearer. If you don't know what those things are, I'll be talking about them in my upcoming book. But basically, if there's a problem and I see it, I don't even ask. I just run in, and I'm trying to solve it. Well, I've done that for most of my life, and kind of like a fireman, hopefully they don't get burnt. But I feel like I've been burnt a lot of times, because I think I'm doing the right thing. I think my motive is correct and right. And a lot of times people either don't know how to appreciate it, or they're just in a season in their life where they're looking at life, and I don't want to speak for others, because all I can do is speak for me. So as for me, in this season, I'm learning to slow down. I'm learning to pause. I'm learning to look at myself, figure out what I can do differently. And I love how that canopy over my head looks. But I'm learning to just work on me and control me. And it's funny, because I have 4 children, and I tell my youngest all the time, you can't control nobody. She's the youngest, she's the baby, but she thinks she's supposed to tell everybody else what to do. And I'm like, you can't control anybody. The only person you can control in this world is yourself. I feel like even as a parent, we can discipline our children, but you can't even control them, because when they get to a certain age, they're just going to do what they want to do. And so that's what I'm learning in this season, is just to focus on me, focus on try to come up with a plan and try to be consistent with it. And that's been one of the things that I'm working on now, is just consistency. I shared yesterday that I've been going through a lot. Hence part of the reason that I'm so tired. I went through and going through an ordeal. Right now I can't discuss the ordeal, but going through an ordeal, and where I thought that I was doing all the right things. I thought that I had educated myself. I thought that I was in an environment where if I did what I was supposed to do, then they would do what they were supposed to do. And life doesn't always work out that way. And I don't know about you guys, if you've ever been in any of those seasons before where you've done everything right, things just don't make sense, and you're trying to figure them out. Well, what I'm learning in this season is, again, I can only do what I can do. And like my mom used to say, do what you can do until you can do better. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to do my part to correct the situation. And yeah, I don't want to ramble, don't mean to ramble. I'm just trying to really share with you guys that life doesn't always go according to plan, even when we do the right thing. And I know, like for me in this season, it's been really hard to accept that when you do things right and then things don't work out, it's not necessarily that you failed. Sometimes it's just that there's a lesson to be learned. I've learned I learned a lot of very valuable lessons in this season. But everything's not necessarily always your fault. You don't have to beat yourself up. And as I said yesterday, I'm mad. As a matter of fact, I'm mad as hell. And it's okay for me to feel that way. I've always been that person that's been a cheerleader. I've always been that person that's uplifted and wanted people to push through it and to be happy and not go through anything. And every day is like a day on Sesame Street. And truth be told, that's not life. And so that is one of the lessons I've learned in this season, is people are going to go through seasons in their life, and they don't have to pretend that season didn't happen. They don't have to pretend like they're happy. They don't have to pretend like everything's okay. So many times people lie to themselves and they're just like, oh, it's no big deal, or that's just how they are, or whatever it is that they say, and it doesn't make it any better. So in this season of my life, I'm acknowledging, and I thank God for teaching me that lesson, that people should be allowed to express how they feel, and they don't have to lie to themselves. They don't have to pretend like everything's okay when it's not okay. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm mad. I'm not going to stay mad forever. And when I say I'm mad, what I mean is, when you go through something, you feel a certain kind of way, and you should be able to operate and live in that truth. And so that's what I'm doing, is living in that truth. I'm not going to stay in this truth. I'm going to do like I always do. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to continue to be strong. I'm going to continue to be happy. I'm going to continue to lead the best life that I can and try to be the best example for others that I can be. And I'm also going to try to continue to share my truth. And so that's what I do on the Reimagined Show, is I'm always constantly trying to figure out, how can I improve? What can I do better? Even in situations like this, where it sometimes feel like you're stuck, it's like, there has to be a positive, like the word says, what the enemy meant for your bad, got to turn around for your good. And I'm a firm believer in that. So I'm excited, because I know that God has a plan, and there will be, that he will be able to turn this thing around for me. And I just want to encourage somebody else out there today. Don't know what you're going through, but regardless of what you're going through, please know that this is just a season, and that there will be more seasons in your life, and there'll be more opportunities for you. So I don't want to be before you long. Just want to stop by and say hi, trying to be more consistent. And this is what we do at the Reimagined Show. We just look at life, we just pause, we exhale, and then we reimagine. Thank you guys.